Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Thank you, Alexis. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch up. Usually we start with some chin tucks. I'm going to do that second today, and I'm going to work on some blood flow to get us started. So it's going to be 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 3 rounds through, 2 exercises. And I'm just going to demonstrate seated and standing real quick so you can choose which one's best for you, okay? So if you're seated, you're going to come to the edge of your chair so that your legs have room to move here. You're standing or you're sitting up nice and tall. You've got that spine elongated, and we're going to do an opposite hand foot pattern. So we're going to single knee raise and single arm press. So it's my opposite knee and arm that are lifting. Okay. So if you're seated, that's what it looks like. Okay. And if you're standing, all right, is it press, 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 press. Okay. That's our first exercise. And then we're going to get 10 seconds transition rest time. And then our second one, I'm just going to show standing first since I'm already standing here, is an L fly with a lateral step. So it'll be, we're making that L with our elbow here, and we're tap, 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 tap. Okay. So if you're seated and you're doing that one, you're still at the edge of your chair. You're still nice and tall for your spine. And you're just going to tap, 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 tap. Okay. The first round I'll do seated. The next 2 rounds I'm going to do standing. Okay. So we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Remember, our first one is our opposite leg and arm pattern here. Okay. Knee raise and a press. Okay. Here we go. 30 seconds of work in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So opposite hand foot. Trying to just get everything, get the blood pumping here, just warm the body up. This gets the core moving, the upper and lower body limbs. We've got 10 more seconds here. And we've got 10 seconds rest till we transition. 3, 2, and time. Okay, so remember your next one is your L fly with your lateral tap. Okay, so if you're seated, it's kind of tap, bring it back. And if you're standing, you're kind of tap together, tap together. Okay, here we go. We're on. Tap. All right, so after this round, we're going to go back to our opposite hand and foot pattern again. I can already feel my back muscles lighting up here. Okay, this is good for posture right here with these L flies. We have less than 10 seconds. You guys feeling this too? It's only set 1 and I'm feeling it. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it out. We're going to go back to our opposite hand and foot again. Okay, and I'm going to stand up for this round. Stay seated if that's best for you. Okay, in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So lift opposite hand and knee. All right, so we're pressing up with that hand. All right, really good work for the core. And again, just warming up the body completely here. Helps with balance. 5 more seconds. And time. Okay, shake it out. We're going to go back to our L fly and lateral tap. Okay, we've got 5 seconds till we start. And 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. And go at a pace that's comfortable for you. And if your arms get tired, you just need to like put them down and shake them for a second. Go ahead and do that, okay? And then get back to it when you've, had a little break. Step together. Okay, again, we're focused on the back of the shoulders here. This is posture exercise, upper back. Tough one, actually, 2 and 1. Okay, shake that out. All right, One more time through. We're gonna go back to our arm, opposite arm and foot pattern here in 2, 1. Here we go. Feel that core working to keep yourself balanced. And when you're seated, you feel that core working too. I know I did. Five more seconds. 2 and 1, okay? Shake that out, just one more round of our fly to lateral tap, and then we're gonna move on. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so simultaneously warming up the upper and lower body for both of these movements, elevating the internal body temperature, getting the joints nice and warm. Yep, I definitely feel this one. I hope you guys do too. I'm a big fan of the posture exercises. No rounding, right? Stand up nice and tall. 2 and 1. Okay, shake it out. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go into some of our next stretches again. Our chin tucks are all about posture. It is a very small movement. Kind of one of those times you're like, oh, is it really necessary? But you know what, it kind of is, because there's so many small muscles in your neck that we wanna make sure that we don't neglect it, okay? So chin tuck, seated or standing, okay? Very small movement. I'll do it from the side. All right, we're just pushing our chin back, feeling a little stretch through the back of our neck here and forward. We got 10, 9, trying to give yourself double chin. 8, 7, 6, very small. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So it's just a very small stretch. You're kind of feeling right here behind the neck. Okay, it's not a big movement. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 head turns and 2 cat-cows. What it's going to look like, you can do this seated or standing. Okay, I'm going to show you the first round seated. We're going to go one direction, center, other direction, center. That's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then 2 cat-cows, which is going to be a 4 count. So it's going to go 1 when you're arched, 2 when you lift up, 3 when you arch again, and 4 when you lift up. Okay, so we're going to do that for 3 rounds. The first one I'm going to do seated. Standing is going to look the same. Your cat-cow, you just kind of, all right, you can put your hands on your knees there, or above your knees. Okay, here we go. Ready and begin. 1, center, 2, center, 3, center, 4, center. Cat-cow for 2. 1, arch it up. 2, chest to ceiling. 3, round it back. 4, chest to ceiling. Good. Again, left, right. Ready? Side, center, 2, center, 3, center, 4, center. Cat-cow. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Again. Side, center, 2, center, 3, center, 4, center. Cat-cow. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One more time, head turns. 1, center, 2, center, 3, center, 4, center. Cat-cow. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right, so we're waking up the thoracic spine, the neck here. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to do 4 bent elbow lateral raises, 2 like this. All right, so my elbows are coming up shoulder height. You can grab a light pair of dumbbells if you want. You definitely do not need a pair here, but you can. All right, we're going to do 4. And then after we do 4 like that, we're going to do 4 goalpost rotations. Okay, so this is good for external rotation of the shoulder. Okay. All right, so here we go. We got 3 sets of that. We're going to start with our bent elbow lateral raise. You can do this seated or standing. Here we go. Ready? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep them up. Now externally rotate. 1, 2, good. Sitting up or standing nice and tall. 3, and 4. Good. We're gonna do that again. All right, I'm gonna stand up this round. Ready? Lateral raises. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep them up. Externally rotate. 1, making that football goalpost. 2, 3, and 4. Good. One more time. Bring them down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep them there. Externally rotate. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right. You should feel that in the back of the shoulders here a little bit. The last one we're going to do in this 4 and 4 here is we're going to just do wrist rolls, 4 forward, 4 back. Okay. So you put the dumbbells down here, just warming up the wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it back. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right. Next group of exercises is going to be another, we're going to do for reps here, okay? We're going to do combination movements. There was a request for a little bit more tricep work last week, so I made sure to put that in, okay? So what you're going to do here is you can do 1 or 2 weights. Let me show you what it looks like with one. It's going to look the same seated or standing, okay? This is called a goblet press. When you're using 1 weight, okay, you're going to press up, okay? And then a tricep extension in the back. You guys see that? And then bring it down. So it's a 4 count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 1 repetition. Okay. All right. So we're going to, if you want to use 2 dumbbells, if you have light dumbbells and you're like, boy, this feels kind of easy for me, keep them together so it's still close. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they're like touching one another here, seated or standing. All right, so we're going to do 10 of those. Okay, if 10 is too much, please just do the amount of reps that works for you. All right, your form and control is most important here. Our second set is also another combination. I'm going to show you seated and standing. You're going to be on the edge of your chair. You're going to do a bend over row. So I'm leaning forward. All right, so my knuckles are facing out to the sides. My elbows stay close to my rib cage. All right, try to keep my spine nice and straight. I'm going to pull back. Right? And then I'm going to kick back. Okay. So I'm going to show you what that looks like from a standing position. All right. From the side here. Pull back. Here's my bend over row. And then a kick back. Here's my tricep extension. All right. And it's also 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 1 repetition. Okay. All right. So we're going to put them both together. I'll do the first round standing. We're doing, or seated. We're doing 3 rounds. All right. So we're going to do, and this can be body weight too. You don't need to hold anything. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna press it up. Ready? Press, tricep extension, bring it back and down. That's 1. Up. 2. I'm gonna count them. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. One more. 1, 2, 3, and 10. Good. A little bit of rest here. We're going to go into our next combination move, which is going to be our bend over row with our tricep kickback. Okay. So I'm going to just do it standing so you can see my side view. Okay. So here we go. Keep that core tight. Keep your glutes squeezed. Okay. Here we go. We're going to row, kick back, bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, and 10. Okay, that's one full set. We're gonna do it again, okay? All right, this time I'm gonna do it standing. All right, we're gonna go back to our press to tricep extension, overhead tricep extension. If it becomes too much, pick one movement. And again, you don't need weight to do this, okay? You just pretend you're holding weights in your hand, okay? All right, here we go. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, and 10. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, you should start to feel those arms working here a little bit now. All right. Just a little recovery in between. We're going to go back to our bent over row, to our kickback. Okay, seated or standing. Here we go. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9, and 1, 2, 3, and 10. Good. All right, little recovery. We have one more set of that. Okay, one more set of both those movements. Again, if 10 repetitions is too much, please don't, feel free to take that down to 8 reps, 6 reps, whatever feels good. Okay. All right, final set. Here we go. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 9, and 1, 2, 3, and 10. Woo, shake it out. Okay, let's feel that last set, all right? Okay, bend over rows to a tricep kickback. Last set here. Okay, ready? You're gonna bend over, whether you're seated or standing. Okay, keep the core tight. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9, and 1, 2, 3, and 10. Good. Relax. If you have dumbbells, go ahead and put them down. Let's get a drink right here. Get a little recovery in between. That was 60 repetitions of tricep exercises we did, guys. Okay. So we did 3 rounds of each. They both had a tricep exercise in there. And I'm gonna add a little more in later on too. So we're definitely working on those triceps today. Okay, this one, we're gonna go back to 4 and 4s for 3 rounds each. So remember last week, I'm gonna show seated and standing. If you're seated, you're on the edge of your chair, nice and tall, and we're doing those big sumo leg circles, okay? So we're gonna end up doing 2 per side, all right? And that'll give us our 4 count. And if you're standing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're really working on that hip mobility, all right, and that balance, okay? And also core control here. Okay, so we're gonna do 4 of those. And then we're pairing that with a 4 count chain breaker. So what that looks like is, we've done these before, like we pretend we're pulling apart a chain. 1, 2, 3. And on 4, bring your arms straight and out. 4, okay? So from a standing position, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? We're just gonna do 1 to get our 4 count. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 per side, sumo leg circles, 1 4 count chain breaker. Okay, we got 3 sets of that. I'm gonna do the first set seated, okay? Ready? And begin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain breaker. 1, 2, 3, and open up. 4. Good. Leg circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4. A few sets standing. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain breaker. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Double the sets on that one, you guys. Felt like we were doing good on that. The next one's going to be wall slide to a lateral tap, twist, and punch. So what it's going to look like from a seated position is we're starting with, I want you to pretend you're flush up against the back of a wall. Okay. All right. Your the back of your knuckles, your elbows, your back, your shoulders, your lower back. It's all up against the back of the wall. And we're going to slide up and down for 4. Okay. 4 up and down slides. All right. And then from there, we're going to go into 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a lateral tap and punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be done seated or standing. Okay. We're going to do 6 sets of that. All right. Let's get ready. Starting with our wall slide. Get that imaginary wall behind you and have everything pressed up against it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now lateral tap and punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, wall slide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, wall slide. Think of your back. 1, 2. You're pulling down. 3, 4. Cross and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 4 more or 3 more steps. Here we go. 1. Pull down. 2, 3, 4. Cross and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross and tap. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have one more set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cross and tap. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right. Moving on. We are going to go into a little more cross. We're going to still do. We're going to do some punching and some rope pull downs. Still working on some upper body here. You can do these seated or standing. We're going to be doing Tabata, which is our 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. I want you to think of trying to find intensity in this. Okay, you can use a light pair of dumbbells here if you want. Okay, we're just for 20 seconds. Cross, 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 cross. Okay, you go at a pace that feels good for you. All right, but I want you to try to, I want you to feel it, okay? I want you to feel it. And then we're pairing that with, I want you to imagine you're pulling up the mast, or you're pulling up a flag, okay? And you're pull down. So like you're grabbing these ropes and pulling down. So the exercise is like pulling that elbow back, pulling that elbow back, pulling that elbow back, okay? It's basically the opposite of, we're pushing here when we do our cross jabs, and then we're pulling here when we do our rope pulls, okay? 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, put some intensity into it. I'm gonna do this one seated, okay? You can do this standing. You wanna try to get just a little bit warm and breathy here, but not to the point that you feel aching, okay? Here we go, we're gonna do our cross jabs in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, go at a pace that feels good for you. All right, don't be afraid of, like you're trying to hit something there. Put a little force behind it and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna get ready for our rope pulls next. And remember, if you want to use a pair of dumbbells here, you can. Since I just had my surgery on this one, I'm not going to, okay? And in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're trying to pull. Think of your back. Think of those elbows pulling back. Like you're trying to raise the flag the quickest. Like if we were all in a line and we all had a flag that we had to raise on a pole, who's going to get there first? All right. Pull back. 2, and 1. Okay. Going back to our cross jabs. Okay. Big inhales and exhales in between our rounds. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right. Punch. All right. Try to feel a little force behind that. Breathe. Feel your body slightly rotate as you're crossing side to side. 2, and 1. Okay. Getting ready to go back to our rope pull downs. All right. And 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Who's going to raise the flag first? All right. Think of your back muscles. Okay. Underneath your shoulder blade in the back, your lats. That's what you're working right now. 2, and 1. Good. We have 2 more rounds just like that. We're going to go back to our cross jabs next. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Remember, weights are optional, or water bottles. Let's put a little meaning behind it, right? You made it a little angry. 5 more seconds here. 2, and 1. Okay, going back to those rope pull downs. In 5, 4, 3, 2, begin. All right, so those elbows come back. I'll show you what it looks like from the side too. So I'm literally just imagining that I'm pulling, a rope from either side on a pulley. 2, and 1. Okay, we have 1 more round through of cross jabs and rope pulls. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Trying to find that warmth, that heat in the body. You should feel that internal temperature warming up here now. We're working, we're burning calories, guys. 2, and 1. Good. All right, last set of rope pulls, okay? Then we move on. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Rope pull. Pull, pull. All right, so you're thinking about pulling back and down, pulling back and down. And time. Okay, guys, go ahead and get a drink here. We're going to move on. Next, we have a 30-10. Okay, so we just did a 20-10, and we're going to do a 30-10 for 3 rounds, okay? And we're going to be doing 2 exercises. We're gonna do a pull down with an alt knee raise. So if you're standing, you can do this with or without a pair of dumbbells. It's just kind of, I want you to think of the rope pull we just did. The muscle contraction comes in the pulling down of this exercise, okay? I want you to think of that. So when you're squeezing as you're pulling down, okay, you're working your back when you're pulling down. You're gonna add with it, knee raise, knee raise, knee raise, knee raise. You do not need a pair of dumbbells to do this. You can do it without. So it's not real fast because you wanna have that balance and control. And it's the same thing seated, okay? All right, weights are optional. That is 30 seconds there, okay? So it might feel really challenging with the weights. Just see if you need to drop the weights to finish, just do that. And then we're pairing that with the reverse of the pull down. So we're gonna do a leg extension, okay? So that's the opposite of our knee raise right here, right? We're doing a press. Now you're thinking of the shoulders. You're thinking of pressing up. The work is on the press up versus the pull down, okay? So they look similar in nature, but you need to mentally tell your body parts to do something different for each of them, okay? All right, so here we go, 30 seconds of work. We're gonna start with an alternating knee raise with a pull down. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, seated or standing, we're gonna pull down. All right, so I'm thinking of my back muscles. I'm contracting my muscles as I pull down. All right. Think of the back. My knuckles are facing behind me. Get nice and warm now. I don't know about you guys. 2 and 1. 10 seconds rest. Now we're going to do an alternating leg extension. Are you able to sit for this one? All right. And now bring your knuckles out to the sides. So they're facing the sides here. And we're going to press up. So your elbows kind of are in front of you. Your knuckles are out to the side. You're now working your shoulders. And you should be feeling, especially if you have a pair of weights. I know you guys are feeling it if you have weights, because I know I am here. Woo! 5 more seconds. Just go at a pace that works for you. And 1, okay. Rest. We're gonna do that again. This time I want you to have your knuckles back and face, and think of the pull down, like that wall slide we did, okay? Here we go. And a knee raise. If the weights get too heavy, put them down, just like that. All right, do what you can. It's okay if you have to start early or slow down stop early. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Feeling that? I know I'm breaking a sweat right now. I know you guys are too. Okay, getting ready for alternating leg extension with the overhead press. We're seated for this one. Here we go. So knuckles out to the side. Keep the foot flexed. Think of squeezing the top of the leg. Shoulders should be burning right now. You should feel them. And understanding the difference between exercise discomfort when you're just working the muscles good versus pain, okay? If you feel pain, like you're getting hurt, that's an indicator you need to stop, okay? All right, rest. 1 more time through, and then this hard one is over, okay? All right, so we've got our pull down and our knee raise for the final time. Ready? Begin. Knuckles back. All right, think of those back muscles. Think of behind the shoulder blades and below. That's what we're really working here. Your shoulders are going to feel it too, but you got to put that connection on the pulling down and think of your back. Talk to your back right now. 2 and 1. All right, shake it out. We're all done with those. Going back to our neutral grip overhead press with the leg extension. We're seated, okay? Knuckles are facing out to the sides. Here we go. All right, big rest on the shoulders after this. Ten more seconds, we got this. Get a drink after this and recover. Woo. 2 and 1, shake it out, guys. That was really hard. Okay, so if you're thinking that was really hard, it was, okay? We're gonna rest right here, get a drink, okay? Should feel that heat generated inside the body. Your shoulder, you should be feeling your shoulders here a little bit, your back behind the shoulder blades here as well. What we're gonna be doing next is we're gonna do a march, okay? And we're gonna do a quick march this time, all right? So you can, all right, and if, you know, I mean, if you're really, you know, feeling fit and you're okay, you can take this into a little, like, you know, a jog here, okay, if you need to advance it a little bit, or you could just hold the dumbbells and that extra resistance will give you some extra weight here, okay? 30 seconds of a quick march, okay? This can be done seated too, all right? All right, so quick march, and then we're gonna pair that with a high row and a butt kick. So from seated, what I'm looking, I want to show seated first is I'm on closer to the edge of my chair so I have room for my legs to tap back, okay? Because I'm gonna tap, you see my arms and my foot tap, tap, okay? So I'm working my hamstrings, all right? All right, and then from standing, you're kind of, okay, you can hold on to your weights here. All right, my arms are straight. I'm just kind of swinging through the shoulder joint as I contract my hamstring, okay? So that's gonna be paired with our quick march, or if you wanna like jog in place, if you're a little bit, you know, more advanced, you can do that. Okay, the march can be on the floor or from the chair or standing, all right? Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, so march, I'm gonna march this first round and I'm gonna jog it the next 2 rounds. Okay, you do what feels good for you. Again, you can hold your dumbbells right here if you wanna get a little extra resistance in. 15 seconds in, working hard, make sure you're breathing. Opposite hand foot pattern, okay, it's really good for cognitive health. It's something you should always think about, strive for when you're working out. Rest, okay? Now we're gonna do our kickback with our straight arm pull. I'll demonstrate this one seated first, just so you can see here, okay, edge of chair, here we go. Tap back, tap back. All right, so we're trying to work those hamstrings, the back of the legs, the back of the upper thighs there. Kind of a nice stretch for the shoulders. After all that shoulder work, feel that nice little stretch as we pull back. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that's 1 round. We're gonna go back to our seated or standing march or jog in place, okay? Whatever feels good for you here. 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna pick it up a little bit here. And I'm just gonna jog in place. You can hold on to your dumbbells if you want, okay? I'm just shifting on the balls of my feet, right? Kind of side to side here. Almost like if you're standing, it's almost like you're on hot coals if you're doing what I'm like. All right, we got about 5 more seconds here. Keeping that heart rate up. 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna do the standing pullbacks with the kickback here. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. So kick. Do this seated too. You're just on the edge of your chair. Nice little stretch for the front of the shoulder. Working the arms really good today. 10 more seconds. Feeling those hamstrings work too. Feeling that contraction. 2, and 1. One more round through, and then we're gonna move on. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. march or jog in place. Last time through. All right. Give it your all. Everything you're doing now in this set is the last time we're doing it, okay? Those arms pumping. You know, if you're seated, you know, get those arms swinging and lift that knee up high. Almost done this. 3, 2, and 1. All right, kickbacks with the straight arm pull. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Kickback. All right, so we're trying to get the heel of that foot up towards our glute. Shifting our weight side to side. And if you're seated, you're just pulling that foot and tapping that toe back behind. You're sitting at the edge of the chair. You should still feel a nice contraction on the hamstring. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rest here, guys. We are going into ankle raises and cherry pickers next, okay? So you can hold on to your dumbbells or do this body weight if you're standing. And you can also hold on to the back of your chair if you need a little stability. Calves right here, all right? 10 of them, okay? And then 4 count cherry pickers. From a standing position, your feet are going to be wider than your shoulders, okay? Wider than your shoulders, just outside of them, all right? And I'm gonna show you from the side. It's out, and only go down as far as your body will allow you. You wanna try not to like overly round. You wanna try to stay straight. You're gonna go out, middle, and up. Okay, you should feel a nice stretch through the back of the body. Out, middle, in, up. Out, middle, in, up. It's a 4 count, okay? From a seated position, all right, ankle raises, okay, from that seated position, all right? And the same thing with your feet for the cherry picker if you're seated. They're outside of your shoulders, out, middle, in, up. Okay, you can try to take some of the bend out of your leg if you want to. Middle, in, up. Wherever you feel comfortable with your knees there, okay? All right, so we've got 3 rounds of that, 10 and 10, okay? We're gonna do the first set seated. So I'm gonna do ankle raises. Here we go, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, begin. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now we're gonna bring those legs out wide and wide, wider than shoulder width. We're gonna do a 4 count cherry picker. Ready? Out, middle, in, 1. Out, middle, in, 2. Out, middle, in, 3. Out, middle, in, 4. Out, middle, in, 5. Out, middle, in, 6. Out, middle, in, 7. Out, middle, in, 8. Out, middle, in, 9, and out, middle, in, and 10. Good, that's 1 set. I meant to do 5 workout cherry pickers on there. I looked over my paper and I had to do 10. So the next 2 sets we're gonna do 5. But we're gonna go back to our ankle raises now, and I'm gonna do these sets standing, okay? So ankle raises, you can stay seated if that's best for you, okay? Here we go, ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. I'm gonna put my dumbbells aside. I'm gonna put my feet wider than shoulder width apart. Okay. And we're gonna do our cherry pickers for 5 4 counts. Ready? Out, middle, in, 1. Out, middle, in, 2. Out, middle, in, 3. Out, middle, in, 4. Out, middle, in, and 5. Good. 1 more set of calf raises. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, cherry pickers for 5, 4 counts. Ready? Wider than shoulder width and begin. Out, middle, in, 1. Out, middle, in, 2. Out, middle, in, 3. Out, middle, in, 4. Out, middle, in, and 5. All right, good work. Sit to stand and start crossover crunches are next, okay? So again, if the sit to stand is too much, go ahead and just lift your glutes up off the chair and bring it back down, okay? All right, we're gonna do 10 sit to stand. Let's get ready. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. 1, you can hold on to your weights too. 2, tap it down. 3, press your heels into the ground. 4, as you're lifting yourself up. 5, and engage your glutes. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, crossover crunch is elbow to knee. All right, I'm gonna do them seated this first round. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. That's one set. We're going back to our sit to stand. And also I want to just give in there, if the sit to stand starts to get too intense here, if you're doing just the elevated off the chair with your hands, you can always go to alternating leg extensions here, okay? All right, here we go. 10 sit to stand. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really squeezing those glutes as you lift yourself up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Start crossover crunches. You can do these seated or standing. I'm going to do this round standing. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We have one more set. Sit to stand, or the hover, or a leg extension. Okay, here we go. Last set. Ready? And begin. Sit it down. Drive up through those heels. Squeeze those glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're done with this squats. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our crossovers for the last time. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys. Running out of time here, but I've got one more thing I'm going to do real quick. Going back to the arms, we're just going to do a quick bicep curls to finish off. So just a little more arm work today. Okay, so just stick with me here. If you're seated for your kickback and you're on the edge of your chair here, okay, knuckles out to the side. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Bend over and kick back. All right. Even if you don't have those weights, you're talking to those triceps. You're squeezing. When that arm is extended straight, you're saying contract, squeeze. Even if you don't feel it, you keep on talking to it. That's how you develop the mind and muscle connection. Okay. 2 and 1. Okay. Do this bicep curl while we're waiting to go back to those triceps. All right. You don't have the weights. All right. 3, 2, 1. Kick back. 2. Got it. That's what we're going to do for 2 minutes. We're going to do 20 seconds of kickbacks, 10 seconds of curls. I like that. Seconds here. Down after this. 2, 1. Stand it up. Go right into bicep curls. Sitting up tall. Bicep curl. At 3, 2, 1. Back to kickbacks. Here we go. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up straight or sit it up straight. Bicep curl. We have one more set of this, and then we are done. Okay, I'll just do a quick leg stretch. All right, bend it over, kick back. Last round here. Three, 2, 1. Stand it up or sit it up. Bicep curls for 10 seconds. 2 and 1. All right, nice work, guys. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and stretch the leg out. You can from a seated position or standing. You can stretch the back of the leg out here. All right, just by getting your hamstring here. I'm on the edge of my chair here to get deep into that stretch. All right, same thing, other side. All right, extending that leg straight, stretching, feeling that stretch in the back of the leg. Ooh, I was feeling some of those sets today. I hope you guys were too. I feel like my upper body was worked really good. All right, hopefully the tricep exercises were good. I know there was a request for that. Let's go ahead and take an arm across the body and stretch. Feel that stretch to the back of the shoulder here. Okay, so just put your mind, visualize those muscle fibers in the back of your shoulder here. Okay, feel the stretch. Visualize the stretch to get more out of it. When your mind is connected to what your body is doing, you get more out of it. All right, same thing other side. All right, sometimes you might notice one side's tighter than the other, and that's normal. We all have imbalances. It's one of my old clients. He was a walking postman for years, and he always wore his, 50 years or so, always wore his mail bag the same way. Well, you can imagine what happened over time. Let's get our tricep here. He developed quite an imbalance in his body because that weight was always resting on just one shoulder. He never switched his bag because, you don't really think about that stuff. But over time, it created imbalances. So it is normal. We do that stuff without thinking about it sometimes. Other arm. Good, and let's just do one big inhale up. Bring the palms together, down the heart, and exhale. Thanks, guys. I hope you liked today.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis and Barbara from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.